Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is a full glam makeup look. I'm going to start off by priming my eyes with some soft ochre and of course using these tabs to kind of mark out where I want to go. I'm going lower than my lash line because we want to make sure that underline or the lash line at the bottom is going to be also blended. So I'm going in with Peach Smoothie if I remember. It's quite a pale light colour, but it's just a good setting colour / powder to apply, so when you are applying other colours it's a lot more smoother. And I'm going in with a much more darker kind of beige tone and blending that all in. So all we want to do is just create a really good transition. The more time you spend on building this up, the better it will look. It's all about layering, it's all about blending. I like doing this. I actually find it quite satisfactory layering and blending and kind of giving it a really smooth effect afterwards. So just got to keep going and making sure it's all even. Now I'm going in with a really strong kind of muddy brown. This is Mocha by Makeup Geek, and I'm just going in along my crease line and also into the corner and also into that bottom lash line because I'm going to be doing that later on. Now this is from a very cheap eBay palette and I'm using a very thin fine brush. This is an amazing brush. I actually got it from Zoeva recently and it is fantastic for that kind of really in-depth crease colouring / shading. So I'm going to go in and just ever so lightly. It's all about using the end of the brush as a handle and just kind of going back and forth very smoothly, but also quite a good rhythm, I guess. I was going to say pattern then, but rhythm, so that you create a really even shadow throughout. Go back in with your original brushes that you were using for the previous lighter colours and just make sure they're blending out the top line. And I'm going to go on the bottom line and also use that same dark brown from the cheap palette. Now using a very small detailer brush, this is fantastic again from Zoeva. They're doing life right now. And I use a black. This isn't the strongest black. I kind of wish I used my Makeup Geek, but it is a very cheap $2.99 palette, so you can't really go wrong. But it does mean you can pack on evenly the amount of black that you want. I'm going on the corner, but also I'm dragging it out a little bit because we want to create a bit of a shadowed wing, I guess. And I'm also taking that black along the bottom as well. Go back and use that brush you used for the dark brown just to blend both of the top and the bottom out. I love taking that tape off. It's the most satisfying thing when you see a really even line. But I'm going to just go grab a simple concealer brush and just take away any kind of fallout. Now this is an Illamasqua liquid kind of eye cream, I'd say. This I rarely ever use, but it's only until you find the particular time to use it, and this is a fantastic opportunity, and it's a great base for making any colour on top stick or become more vibrant. So I'm just patting this on. Don't ever drag it, because if you remember that you're putting cream on top of shadow and you just got to be quite delicate, so I'm just kind of slightly patting it in to the areas that I want covered. I'm not putting any product on the brush when I get higher up to the crease line because you don't want to kind of pack it on too much, you want it to blend out. Now this is a Kiko water eyeshadow in 200. This is fantastic colour. I love them. I think they're brilliant eyeshadows. And I'm just, again, not going to swipe it. We're going to pat it on. And this is the best way to apply it. If you pat it, you just get an even amount of product throughout. And plus it makes it a bit more like it's kind of lightly shaded into the black and the brown. Now go in back again with another old brown brush and just make sure that the gold that you've applied is also evened out with the black. Now going in again with another gold. This is actually from my Makeup Geek shadows. These are a lot more pigmented, but I wanted a bit more of a white gold effect. Packing it on, and I'm using a plain simple brush, nothing on it, just to kind of I guess even out the edges of that glitter. Now I'm going underneath and I'm going to shadow out this because I found it was a bit too heavy, plus we're putting black on later, so you want to make sure you have a transition brown on the bottom lash line. And I'm going in with this, which is the Rimmel Eye Cream Gel Liner, and just a flat shader brush or a smudger brush if I recall, and just making a line on the bottom. I did do it quite thick, so just be aware, the thinner the better because it will blend out really well. If you ever want a black bottom line, just use gel liners. They're much easier and more pigmented than a black shadow. And again, I'm going back in with another brown brush and just going to even it all out. Now I want to make my tight line black, so I'm just going with Zoeva. This is a fantastic pencil. I swear by this. It's dead cheap as well. But I'm going in on the tight line and waterline and just making sure that that's all blackened out, ready for me to apply any eyeliner later. And I'll make sure my corner is also blackened out. Now I want to make both my eyes even, so I just kind of got the brush slightly and edged that corner out as well. So this is the NYC black eyeliner, and it is from, I think I got it from eBay actually. It's a fantastic liner. It doesn't crack, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't give you panda eyes. It's waterproof and it is black. There's nothing kind of greyish about it. It really is quite a good eyeliner. So what I do is I go in and follow that line that we created with the eyeshadow and the tape and just drag it up as far as you want. My liner changes on different lengths every single time, so just go with what you think is comfortable, but then I drag it all the way back in. Now the crease of my eye, I always try and make a triangle first with that, and then my eyelid I follow through. It's quite confusing, but it works really well to get an even amount. Now people tend to drag from the outside of the line right into the corner of your eye, and I find that it creates for me a bit of an uneven line because my eye is quite wrinkly, so for me it just doesn't quite work. But the best way to do is just to, if you want to make the line like we're doing here, but a lot more even and a lot more of a better, cleaner line, just tap that liner in rather than drag it and you'll get a better line. So I'm going in with, again, this shimmer from the Makeup Geek set and just highlighting my upper brow line. I can't think. Anyway, and just also applying some mascara as well. So this is my little lash box. I love it. It's only cheap from eBay and it works wonders to keep all my eyelashes in a hygienic, clean place. So whilst I've put glue on my eyelashes, I did actually put some black shadow on the bottom of my line, my eye line, my lash line, just to kind of set it all and make sure it doesn't actually smudge. So once you have popped your lashes on, go in with the powder. Now I swear that I had the biggest issues with this powder, and you'll see in a little bit. It caked up so much, and it's actually the NYX it's a HD setting powder, and it just caked up so badly on my under eyes that I just had to kind of brush it away and deal with it, I guess. But it was really frustrating, so I won't be using that again under my eyes as it's too cakey and powdery. But I'm going in with the NYX palette and highlighting with both colours. I'm also going in with the NYX contouring duo fibre brush and just applying this as best as possible. If you want to see a highlighting and contouring video with this palette, then please let me know, because I absolutely swear by this palette. I think it's a fantastic dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I just get on really well with it, so please let me know, but I will be eager to also show you. Also a bit more contouring, because you know it is me after all, and I'm going in with the darker shade from the NYX palette and just contouring ever so slightly. I've over the years definitely practiced and learned different ways of contouring, so believe me, everyone's different, but this is how it works for me. So I'm just going to blend it all in and also go back in with that powder brush and just even out the bottom of that contouring, just to make sure it doesn't look too cakey and too bulky of a bronzing look. So I'm going in with my dark golden MAC bronzer. I find it quite hard to say that, but I'm going in with the tops of my forehead and also going to be bronzing the jawline and also slightly on the neck as well. I love this bronzer. I think it's fantastic, but since I've discovered NYX, I haven't really kind of gone back to it. I just think it's a great all-round bronzer, especially for my skin tone. I think it works really well, but I like it for once I actually like a MAC product. Now I'm using just a brush. It has no product on it. It had before, I believe yesterday. So I've applied no product. I'm just going to drag that brush a little bit on those cheeks just to give a little bit of a pink blush, if anything, because you know I don't like my blush, but I do like a little bit. So I'm using a NYX pencil in Mahogany. I am obsessed with these pencils. I think they're fantastic. They're not too rich and creamy, but they're just about enough for a really good waterproof liner. They're really good for also the matte lip creams from NYX, because I find I struggle with keeping them or having the staying power as good as my other lip creams. So this is a really good base to use, but I'm just going to line my lips. Oh god, they look awful. This is a problem. When it gets to winter, your lips just chap like hell. And I'm just doing this because it makes your lips look a lot more plumper when you are applying a top coat. So this is the Coloured Rain. Of course it's going to be Coloured Rain. I'm obsessed with them. And I'm using the colour, I believe this is Sugar. I absolutely love this one. Or maybe it is Marshmallow. I believe, no, I don't know. Oh no, it's Marshmallow. From a distance it actually looks like Sugar. And I love this product. I'm going to Fix Plus spray my face. And that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is a full glam look, so just be aware it's not for everyday use. but it is nice to put on a fair bit of makeup once in a while and just treat yourself to a full glam look. So please like this video if you enjoyed watching it. Please let me know about any products that you may have used in a similar kind of makeup routine. Please subscribe to keep up to date. There's a lot of videos coming soon, and I hope you guys have a lovely evening wherever you are. Take it easy. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.